Hello everyone. Again, I want to bring another real life situation as well. It was a dentist asking the question, associate dentist actually on a forum saying that they are seeing a family of four, husband, wife, and two children in 2 weeks. They have booked an appointment or four appointments, so let's say like 2 or 3 hours. And I'm looking at the notes and I realize that in their last appointments, it took them 6 weeks after many chasing them from the front desk to pay their fees. So I'm not sure what to do before seeing them. I mean, should I still see them or not? And I want to share with you my opinion on that, and because I have a very strong opinion on that subject. So first, for credibility, my name is Khaled. I have been a dentist for 20 years. I own and run my own dental practice, Lakeside Dental Spa in Harvey in Queensland. Over the course of 15 years, I took it from one chair to 10 chairs, from 3 staff members to close to 40 staff members, and you can check my details below for credibility. So I have a very strong opinion on that topic. But first, for the associate, it seems maybe the practice doesn't have a clear policy on payments. So yes, I've been in this situation many, many years ago, but now our policies are very clear and transparent. So very rarely we get that situation now. I mean, when the patient books an appointment, there is clear communication of payments on the day is our requirements. We have payment plans. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So the patient walking in knowing that there is always a written code provided, and if there is treatment, we expect them to accept this code, and we accept payment on the day. There is no delay in payments. And for certain procedures, we actually get prepayments, like dental implants, wisdom teeth, surgeries, orthodontics. There's certain procedures we get prepayments in full before we start. So let's talk about that situation. Let's say this practice doesn't have a clear policy because this situation happened, and they have this patient booked now in 2 weeks, and they have bad payment history. It took them 6 weeks to chase them up for payments in the past. First, I want to tell you how I think about it, and then I'll tell you how this dentist should manage the situation. How I think about it is, or what goes in my mind is, now this patient has treated our practice very unfairly and very unjustly. I don't want to sound harsh, but if I'm a dentist and I have told you that we expect payment on the day, and I made it very clear, I was very, very transparent with you with my quotation. I gave you a treatment plan that you signed and agreed on, and we request payment on the day. At this stage, you had every situation to tell me about your financial situation, that you cannot afford treatment, or it might take you 6 weeks to pay it, and then I can decide what to do. So you deprive me from that right. Secondly, I have to pay my hard-working staff on time. I have to pay my suppliers, my lab. All my bills had to be paid on time. I have to get paid for my hard work and dentistry as well on time. So you, by depriving me from this payment, you're being unfair to me. So for me, you have lost the privilege now of being trusted that you are going to pay after the appointment. So I have to be very cautious around you, so everything can be fair from now on. So that's how I see it. Because some people might think, oh, dental practice owners are greedy. They can afford to let the patient go for 6 weeks, 7 weeks without payments. Maybe they can, but I need to know beforehand. I need to make the decision. You cannot deprive me from that decisions because it's unfair to me. So how can you deal with this situation now? I think the patient's already booked with the family. So I would request the front office to send the patient a letter or an email, and request a reply for the email. And this email should be gentle, not harsh. It should be something on the line, dear Mr. or Mrs. Blah, blah, blah. As you're aware, you have booked an appointment in 2 weeks at this time, at this day for you and your family. I just want to bring something to your attention before the appointment. In right date and number, let's say in January 12th in 2024, we have seen you for this procedure. You've been quoted for the amount and you agreed to the treatment plan, and we advise you that we request payment on the day. Unfortunately, on that day, you mentioned that you don't have your card with you and you didn't pay on the spot. And we had to follow up with this payment, and you can write the facts. Facts are important. When patients hit with facts, sometimes it changes their perspective a little bit. So on Monday, the 2nd of Feb, we called you, we sent an email on this day, on this day. So let's say you chase them 6 times, right? Every time you had to chase the payment. And then the account was eventually finalized on March 14th in full, thankfully. Now, given the history and given our clear policy of expecting payment on the day, we still would love to continue your care, and we value seeing you as a family. You're a very lovely family, but I want to discuss with you how we can fairly is very important. The word fairly is very important. How we can fairly settle your future appointment so we avoid situation from happening again. So we suggest 3 suggestions before confirming this appointment. Number 1, we sign you up for a prepayment plan. We expect the quotation for this 4 appointments, let's say exam, scanning, clean, and bite wings, would be this much. We can sign you up with a third-party provider payment plan. We have Afterpay, we have Hum, we have whatever you have in your practice, in your state, in your country. Or you can pay for the appointment in full. Here's our bank details. Or you can give us a call and give us credit card details, and we can get payment in full. Now, failure to do any of the above, we'll have to cancel your appointment. Looking forward to hearing from you. Looking forward to start your care. Follow up in 3 days. You don't hear back from them. Then another 3 days, we haven't heard back from you. We have to go ahead and cancel your appointment. And then from there, if the patient is really genuine and nice and respectful, they might take the information, you're not being harsh, you're being really genuine and being honest, and they might decide, you know what, I'm really sorry, I actually cannot afford the treatment. What can we do now? You can have now the liberty to decide whether you want to give them an internal payment plan or delay payments, or tell them, look, come back when you can afford. Now you have the right, and that's fair. You need to have the right to accept or deny treatment. Or they might sign up for the payment plan, or if they're not genuine, they're not nice, they're not honest, they just might cancel and go somewhere else. Probably they'll go somewhere else and repeat the same cycle again. And you probably don't want to see this patient in your practice, and you'd rather have a loss now and book another patient on those appointments rather than seeing them and not getting paid for another extended period of time. That's how I would manage it in a very civilized, genuine, nice way. Because at the end of the day, if the patient part away, and I don't want to sound like I was harsh, I just want to be fair towards myself, toward my team, toward my suppliers, so I can afford to pay them as well. If you find this information helpful, make sure you like it and share it with your friends and colleagues. If you want to hear more about my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I will notify you when more videos are released. Thank you so much for listening to me. It means a lot to me.